Hello everyone. John. Hi John. Good afternoon. Good afternoon sir. Good afternoon John. Good afternoon to all of you out there. Welcome back to one more interesting session on idioms and phrases for CMAT 2022. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep, and this is Pradip Sengupta, your VARC mentor. I welcome all of you back to the class, and we are going to have yet another very exciting discussion on idioms and phrases pertaining to CMAT. So who all are joining? Let me see. John is there. Anuja. Hi Anuja. Mr. Biswas, Shorunil Biswas, hi, Shorunil, Sony, how are you, Sony? Good afternoon, all of you, good afternoon. So quickly, please join the session, call your friends wherever they are, all of those who are writing CMAT, ask them to join the session so that we can start the proceedings very quickly. So what do we have in store today? We are going to be talking a bit about idioms and phrases. Yesterday we had a session on, what was the session on? I think it was grammar, sentence correction and sentence improvement. Today we are going to do some practice on idioms and phrases. Hi Tejasvi, good afternoon. Good afternoon dear. Nikita, good afternoon ma'am. How are you doing? Okay, so today's session, idioms and phrases. Let's kickstart the proceedings. So there will be some questions which are based on idioms, and there is no technique involved, so to speak, of as far as idioms are concerned. इसमें ना तो grammar आएगा. We are not going to be worried about techniques. We are just going to be worried about some expressions. And if we know the expressions, we are going to drive home the correct meaning of those expressions. All right. So grammar is out. A real test and success. I mean, there will be around 3 to 5 questions on idioms roughly. So that is again good 5 marks that you can score if you get the answers correct. Hello Prasad, how are you? Hello Ayushi, how are you? Hello all of you, hello. So the joinings are still on, I can see. Wren and Martin is good enough for idioms. It's more than good enough. Kripa, Wren and Martin is one book. It is the Bible of English grammar. So there are 2 dedicated sections that deal, with idioms. One is idioms and the other one is idioms continue. There are 2 dedicated sections, and there are many idioms which you can practice. Just read them. Proper reading and proper going through the pages is very important. You cannot learn them by heart, but yes, Wren and Martin is a very good book as far as idioms are concerned. All right. So what do we know about idioms? No rocket science. Cluster of words put together to create a meaning. This is what it says. Cluster of words put together to create a meaning. Now, idioms can have many different forms, right? You can have prepositional phrases, right, as idioms, right? This is one way to learn idioms, when you actually come across prepositional phrases and you learn them by heart and you try to see how, each preposition phrase, function in a particular sentence. All right. Okay. Word-based idioms, right? Word-based idiom like cold. For example, you can say catch a cold, sardi lagna. Okay, catch a cold. Or you can say give someone the cold shoulder. This is again a very funny idiom. It means to ignore someone. I went to the party, I met Nikhil, I said hello to him, but he just gave me the cold shoulder. Okay. Hi, Mansi. Hello. Watched all your previous sessions. Thought of saying thank you. Thank you so much, John. Thank you. Indeed honored. And we, all the faculties of BYJU'S exam prep. It is not just about me. It's about the other faculty members, also eminent faculty members who really bend their back to bring to you the best of the best session. Right? Okay. So see, एक चीज नहीं करेंगे. वर्ड को पकड़ के नहीं बैठेंगे. It is not just about words. When we talk about idioms, we are not dealing with words, we are dealing with word groups. And when we talk about word groups, they actually give you a different meaning altogether. So when it comes to CMAT, do a lot of general reading and practice as many idioms as possible. So today we are going to talk about a few idioms and questions based on idioms. Dhara, hi Dhara, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome to the class, dear. Okay. So practicing idioms through questions and then solving some, real CMAT questions will really do wonders for you. Right? So few examples that I thought I should share with you, like abide by. Right? This is a verb plus preposition combo. Abide by means to remain faithful. One must abide by the law. Adhere to means stick to. This is also an idiom. Like abide by is an idiom. Adhere to is also an idiom. So answering the question with an idiom. Adhere to, stick to, follow, be obedient. Account for, to be responsible for something. Account for, to give an explanation. Give an explanation of. You have to account for the number of years, that success. Numbers of years of success that I put in the organization. Ask after. आप कैसे हैं? To inquire about the well-being of a person. Ask after. Ayushi, Renan Martin is a comparative book. Absolutely right, Ayushi. This was what we were talking about. Renan Martin, particularly idioms, and not just idioms. There are quite a few important concepts of grammar that Renan Martin, discusses comprehensively. Ask after, inquire about one's health. She asked after my grandfather's health. Then, bear the brunt. Now, these are just examples which I wanted to discuss with you. Some of the commonly known idioms to us. Bear the brunt, bear the main burden, to take the blame. I had to bear the brunt of his verbal attack. Okay, to face something. To face something negative, that is bearing the brunt. Bear a grudge, right? किसी के लिए दिल में बुरी चाहत होना. To continue to feel angry or unfriendly for something done in the past. Okay, so I can tell you, please don't bear any grudge against me. I am your good friend. Like over here, I bear a grudge against him for not taking me into confidence. All right. So feel bad about someone, feel angry about someone. Hi, who is this? Arbina, hi Arbina, how are you? Pull through, recover. Don't worry, you will pull through. Work hard, you will recover from the failure, recover from illness. So pull through. It is remarkable how he has pulled through the adversities. Then rub someone the wrong way. Just look at it. Right? It might sound a bit offensive, and offensive it is because it talks about offending someone, annoying someone, rub someone the wrong way. So idioms can be, a couple of words coming together, and it can be a collection of quite a few words. Rub someone the wrong way means he always manages to rub someone the wrong way, means his behavior is not very positive. He is an obnoxious creature. He is an offensive human being. To offend someone, right? Rub someone the wrong way. All right. Raining cats and dogs, Markand, absolutely. Now you people are coming up with your own idiom. That's wonderful. Raining cats and dogs. Okay, to rain heavily. Look at this one. A short fuse. What does it mean? To have a quick temper. बहुत जल्दी गुस्से में आ जाना. That is to have a good quick temper. John is known for his short fuse. Just a few days ago, he screamed at his coach for not letting him play. To have a very short temper, a short fuse. Butterflies in the stomach. सब लोगों ने सुना होगा इसको. To be very nervous. Like before I go on to the stage to deliver a speech, I have butterflies in my stomach. I'm very nervous. Like this one. Liza had butterflies in her stomach before she went on stage to play the piano. Alright? Okay. By the skin of your teeth. Can you imagine this idiom? By the skin of your teeth. To just barely get by or make it. Hardly you are able to, somehow you are able to do it. Lester made a dance team. By the skin of his teeth, you can tell he hasn't been dancing jazz for very long. So it was a last minute improvisation, but that too was not very good, by the skin of your teeth. So these are a few idioms. There are many in number. So I thought that I should start the session with this discussion of few idioms so that we can get the ball rolling. Okay, good to know that, John. Okay, stay cool. It's really very hot out here. Okay, now can we start with a small game? Now this is a slide on match the column. In the left hand side you can see there are quite a few idioms. On the right hand side you have the possible meanings of the idioms. I know that you have heard many of them, right? In the next 1 minute, let me see if we can match the idioms with their right meaning. Call it a day, make up for the lost time, the back of beyond, in the long run, time is of essence, not born yesterday, it's high time, time flies, in the nick of time, times, third time's a charm. Okay, so there will be many idioms which you may have heard of, and there would be some which you may not have heard of. That hardly matters, it's okay. So the idea is to match the idiom with its correct meaning. Okay. Don't worry, we are not going to judge you on this. Nobody is going to judge us. So let us see how many we can pull through. One is age. All right. Okay, let's get going. 1 minute. There are 10 of them and they all pertain to time. See? Call it a day. Idiom based on time. Make up for the lost time. From the back of beyond. So on and so forth. All right. The answers are really coming thick and fast. All of you are participating. Great to know that. Okay. HC782D. All right, Ayushi, thank you. Okay. So at the very outset, let me request you, my team is also requesting all of you, please like the session and share it with your friends. Do it immediately as we go ahead with the discussion. Okay. So we have done it. We have seen through the idioms, the 10 idioms, and these are your answers. Okay. Call it a day. One is age. Finish a day's work. For example, I have finished my work now, and now I am calling it a day. To finish a day's work. That is one. One is age. Let me write it down over here. Age. Make up for the lost time. To do something actively because they did not do it before. They did not do it before. I was playing game all this while. Now my exams are standing right over my head. I have to make up for the lost time. So G, 2 is G, isn't it? All right. From the back of beyond. A remote place, a faraway place. That is from the back of beyond. It is J. Right? 3 is J. Right? He, that is J. All right. 4 is I, in the long run, means in the end. So work hard and you will be successful in the long run, in the end. That is 4, in the long run. Okay. Time is of essence. It is A. When something must be done immediately. Please try and focus on idioms. CMAT is just around the corner, guys. Time is of essence. We have a sentence. Okay, time is of essence. So idioms padhna shuru kariye. Not born yesterday. 6. Okay, is E. Not born yesterday. Right? Not inexperienced. Now, we say this like, what do you think of me? Am I a fool? I was not born yesterday. Tajrba hai mujhe, so you can't, take me for granted. So we use it. Not born yesterday. 6 is E. It's high time. 7 is B. To do something that should have been done long ago. Right? It's high time you started practicing idioms. Okay. Now, one very important thing. Whenever you use it's high time, this is something which you must know. It's high time. Now, whenever you use a subject, इसको थोड़ा सा ध्यान से देखना आप लोग. किसी भी सब्जेक्ट को तुम अगर ला रहे हो आफ्टर इट्स हाई टाइम, राइट, जो वर्ब यूज करोगे सब्जेक्ट के बाद, इट शुड बी द सेकेंड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. ओके, लाइक द टाइम हैज कम, यू शुड begin working hard. It's high time you began working hard. Okay, the simple past tense with it's high time plus the subject. This is one technique which you must keep in mind. All right. Time flies. See, time seems to pass very quickly. How time flies. In the nick of time is D. Only just in time. He was about to reach the station and he could catch the train in the nick of time. Okay, at the last possible moment. Third time's a charm. 10th one is this one. 2 efforts at something having failed. Perhaps the third will be successful. Like you can say, 2 बार तो मेहनत कर चुके हैं, एक बार और कर लो. Third time's a charm. You never know. So 10th one is F. All right. So this was your match the column. I hope you people might have got most of the answers right. Now let's move on to the next segment, which is practicing some question answers. All right. The very first question in front of you. What does it say? It says, one must dash the rules of grammar. This is an easy question. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate phrases. One must dash the rules of grammar. What is the answer? Abide on, abide in, abide upon, abide by. A, B, C, D. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So most of you have answered abide by. D. Let us see if you have got this one right or not. I'm so sorry, it is not abide in, it should be abide by. This is the right answer. Okay, abide by is the right answer. All right. Okay, so the first one easily done. Moving on to the next question. All right. Fill in the blanks. You have to dash the mistakes of the past 3 years. You have to do a lot of explanation. काफी ज्यादा बात करनी पड़ेगी आपको, एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ेगा. आंसर. Okay. B, 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 B. All right, all right. Great going, guys. Great going. You have to dash the mistakes of the past 3 years. Account from, account for, account by, or account on. So what should be the answer? The answer is account for. Account for is the answer. All right. This is the right answer. Account for. You have to account for the mistakes of the past 3 years. थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ है स्लाइड में. I think the answers, the alphabets don't match, but nevertheless, this is the answer. All of you got this one right. Okay, abide by, to obey or to stick to something. All right, that was question number 2 for us. Let us look at the next question. Great going, so far so good. She must dash her sister's mistakes. She must dash her sister's mistake. Again, the answer should be answer for, answer to, answer with, answer on. She must dash her sister's mistake. Okay, she must dash be responsible for. So it should be answer for. Absolutely right. Again, great answer. You must answer for her sister's mistake. Okay. To be responsible on somebody's behalf. To be responsible on somebody's behalf. Okay. Answer for. Next question. Okay. Sharat dash Meena dash for dinner. Ask out, ask in, ask to, ask for. Sharat dash Meena dash dinner. And you know the answer. I know that you know the answer. Okay. Great. So most of you have keyed in option A, ask out, and this is the answer. So when you ask someone out, okay, you eat out, you dine out, you know that it is an occasion and you're going to go to a restaurant, okay, or asking out also means to go on a date, right, together to have a date or a meeting. That is also asking out. So ask out, eat out, dine out, to eat in a restaurant and not at home. Okay, so that is A. This was also an easy question and you people got this one right as well. Okay, let's look at the next one. It is getting interesting. Okay, so the answer is already there. You know it. ये मेरी ही गलती है, मैंने आपको क्वेश्चन तो दिया नहीं, मैंने आपको आंसर दिखा दिया. कितना अच्छा होगा अगर सीमैट में भी ऐसा हो जाता. Isn't it? Okay. The dictionary for difficult words. So what do? You look up the word in the dictionary. You look up the dictionary for difficult word. Okay. Look up means to search. Okay. To search. To look up. To find the meaning of the word. That is look up. A is the answer for question number 5. So the first 5 questions quite easily done. Can we move on to the next challenge? So these were questions based on fill in the blanks. और अगर fill in the blanks नहीं आएंगे तो क्या आएंगे? Okay, this is another set of question. All right, question number 6. It says choose the right meaning of the underlined idioms from among the given choices. You have to choose the right meaning from among the given choices. All right. Okay. Look up is right, Sheba, absolutely right. What is this one? Question number 6. Bill Gates was always considered the black sheep of the family until he built a $1 billion empire. A says, someone who has brought disgrace to the family. B, an adopted child. C, a child who brings glory to the family. Or D, a child who is handicapped. Okay, great answers. Most of you have marked A, all right. Anyone with any other option? I don't think so. So most of you have marked black sheep. It is A. It is a black sheep of the family, okay? When somebody is not expected to do good in life in the family, when somebody has been a disappointment, okay, when someone in the family has been a disappointment, so someone who has brought disgrace to the family, A is the right answer. B, C, D does not fit the bill. Black sheep means someone who has brought disgrace to the family or someone who has been a disappointment. Absolutely fine answer, A. Great choice of answer. Moving on to the next one. Okay, this is the answer. Alright. Indian politics is akin to. What is akin to? Similar to. Okay, that is akin to. Indian politics is akin to the blind leading the blind. The blind leading the blind. A is the meaning, the possible meaning is a situation of rampant corruption and red tape. B says a situation where everyone holds strong and unbending opinions. C says a situation where someone with little or no knowledge is teaching others. And D says a situation where dictatorship reigns. What should be the answer? All right. Okay. So most of you have keyed in C. The answers are still coming in. Okay. The blind leading the blind. So there is a question mark. There's a question mark on the leadership. What kind of leadership do we have in the country? Indian politics is similar to a blind leading the blind. Okay, so what should be the answer? Let us now check the answer. The answer is C, a situation where someone with little or no knowledge is teaching others. Now, blind over here is a metaphor for inexperience, immaturity, or lack of knowledge. Okay, inexperience, immaturity, or lack of knowledge. So that is blind. Okay, no vision, leading the blind. So when someone like this leads someone of the same character, so chaos cannot be ruled out, isn't it? There will be chaos. So this talks about a situation where someone with little or no knowledge is teaching others. D talks about dictatorship. Blind does not go with dictatorship. ये नहीं जा रहा है dictatorship के साथ. All right. B talks about a situation where everyone holds strong and unbending opinion. So the situation talks about somebody being, obnoxiously stubborn, obstinate. ये भी blind के साथ नहीं जा रहा है. A talks about a situation of rampant corruption. If somebody is blind, he will be blind to everything, the good thing and the bad thing. Isn't it? Yes. So half knowledge dictators guiding us. We cannot say for sure that we are talking about dictators, Shorunil, right? Because we are talking about somebody who is blind, lack of knowledge. Anybody who does not have any knowledge cannot be a dictator, right? If you talk about Adolf Hitler, if you talk about, the others, they were dictators, but they knew what they were actually doing. So blind means lacking vision, okay? Lacking knowledge. So that is why it is always better to stick with C and not D. All right, C is the answer. Okay. Most of them, Rishikesh, okay, most of them are, right? Most of them are, but when you talk about idioms in general, idioms are idioms, right? So the format remains the same and they can be asked in any exam. In any exam, whether it is MHCET, whether it is CMAT, whether it is ZAT. So all across the platform, the way they ask idioms, okay, the way remains the same. All right? Okay, question number 8. After the passing of the new parliamentary bill, government employees felt left out in the cold. Okay. Felt left out in the cold. Now, when somebody is left out in the cold, what kind of feeling would he have? A, to be exploited. B, to not to be allowed to become part of any activity or decision. C, to feel chilled to the bones. Or D, to be left to fend for oneself. B, D, B, all right. So here we have a mixed bag of responses coming through. After the passing of the new parliamentary bill, government employees felt left out in the cold, my friends. To be exploited, to be used and then thrown out. To not to be allowed to become a part of any activity or decision. Okay, so early जब तुमको जरूरत थी तुमने उनसे बात की, now you are not letting them to be a part of any decision or activity. To feel chilled to the bones, to feel very cold, to be left out to fend for oneself, to be able to, to be left out to one's own mercy. What should be the answer? Okay. Shiva has been crying very loud. B, and B, sir. Let us see the answer, Shiva. If this can make you happy, dear. Not to be allowed. Not to be allowed to become part of any activity or decision is the answer. So congratulations to all of you who have gone with B. And this is the right answer. D is not what this idiom would mean, left out in the cold. B is the answer. Okay, great going, guys. Moving on to the next one. He was a wise man who kept his own counsel. What does it mean? He was a wise man who kept his own counsel. This idiom begins with a verb. All right. He was a wise man who kept his own counsel. To be a good listener and give wise advice. To have new friends and be a loner. To have few friends, and be a loner. To possess knowledge of many languages. To not tell other people about one's plans or opinions. D, all right. C, okay. D, all right. Great. The word counsel may also mean advice or opinion to some extent. And when you believe in advising yourself, when you don't take your advice to others, right? In India, people who give राय, जो राय देते हैं उनको हम राय बहादुर बुलाते हैं, right? आपको नहीं चाहिए तब भी वो देंगे, okay? राय बहादुर. So people who actually give opinion to themselves, they are wise people, right? Advice or opinion to oneself only. They don't take their opinion to others. All right? Okay. So, what is the answer? The answer is to not tell other people about one's plans or opinions. Okay. So, this was the answer for this question. There can be many different idioms. For example, I can only take up a few in the class, but if you can consult Red and Martin, you will come across many. For example, if I say bark up the wrong tree. Okay, this is again one idiom, bark up the wrong tree. Okay, it means to be mistaken. Okay, be mistaken in identity. Bark up the wrong tree. All right. The postman has again delivered Mr. Verma's letter to Mr. Sharma's house. Again, he has barked up the wrong tree. All right. Then you have one more. Hobson's choice. What is Hobson's choice? Hobson's choice means when there is no choice at all. When there is no choice available. I wanted to take admission in college X, but the admission was over. So college Y became my Hobson's choice. Means when there is no. I will try to get you the tougher ones, Shreyans. Okay. Let us see through this the questions which I have to discuss with you. I think you will get many idioms which are less heard of. Okay, let's see and guess and please take a guess on it, Shreyans. Let me tell you, CMAT is not going to ask you idioms which are on the tougher side. Rather, they will stick to the ones which are generally used, but they will make the options trickier. All right, because CMAT will not discriminate, so they will not make the questions tough. They will make the answers trickier, the options trickier. Okay, so practice the questions, the options, the idioms which are actually generally heard, and when you read more, you will come across many idioms which are actually, tough. Tough means those idioms which we haven't heard of before, which you haven't heard before. Okay, they are tough idioms. All right. Book suggestion for RC, any book. Ayushi, any book for CMAT that actually gives you scores of passages to solve. All right? Okay. Like this one, take up the cudgels for. The answer is A, to argue strongly in favor of someone or something. Taken up the cudgels. NGOs have taken up the cudgels for the displaced tribal people. Okay. Take up the cudgel. Now, what is a cudgel? Cudgel is a staff or a thick stick. Okay. So, when you take the cudgel for, you are defending someone. Okay. But when you take the cudgel against somebody or someone, it means you are criticizing him or you are attacking him. So it can have two meanings, like take up the cudgels for or take up the cudgel against. Okay, it can have two possible meanings as far as this idiom is concerned. All right, take up the cudgels for or take up the cudgels against. Let's look at this one. Have an ace up one's sleeve. Have an ace up one's sleeve. Now there is no meaning given, just the idiom and four possible options. You have to guess the right one. Alright. Have an ace up one's sleeve. A says to be very proficient with a deck of cards. B, to have luck on your side. C, to have an advantage that other people don't know about. And D, to be born in a privileged family. What could be the answer? A, B, C, D, Pallavi, Makarand. Okay, all of you have marked C. Most of you have marked C. Let us see if C at all is the answer or not. And absolutely right, C is the answer, to have an ace up one's sleeve. Like we have that card, Ikka, right? We call it Ikka in Hindi. Okay, that is ace. And that is the most valuable, one of the most valuable cards. So ace up, have an ace up one's sleeve, right? To be at an advantageous situation and the others don't know about it. That is why C should have been the right answer option. Great guess. All right. Let me take you to the next question very quickly. Upset the apple cart. Upset the apple cart. What should it mean? A, to lose the affection of a favorite aunt. B, to cause trouble by spoiling someone's plans. To control fruit intake in diet. Or D, to keep one's surroundings untidy. Upset the apple cart. Ritik is, she has keyed in B, all right. Okay, most of you have keyed in B, upset the apple cart, and most of you are saying it is B. Let me show you the right answer option. It is B, to cause trouble by spoiling someone's plan. In very simple words, it means to spoil a plan. In an apple cart, you would arrange the apples in a very spick and span order, right? So if one apple is dislodged, it actually, spoils the entire arrangement of apple. That is why to upset an apple cart would mean to spoil a plan, right? And there can be many such idioms. One more can be, like cliffhanger. This is a one-word idiom, okay? A cliffhanger, right? What is a cliffhanger? A cliffhanger means a precarious situation, right? A typical situation when you do not know what is going to happen next. Okay, like the Indian soaps, okay, the serials, they end generally in perfect cliffhangers. Okay, that is cliffhanger. All right. So there are many idioms which you can come across. Please follow Wren and Martin. Please follow Wren and Martin. The only book I can recommend you at this point in time. Wren and Martin. Right? High School English Grammar, Wren and Martin. Please refer. Okay. Ambiguity. Priyanka, actually it means a situation when you do not know what is going to happen next, right? It's a very sensitive situation. Ambiguity means confusion. Cliffhanger does not. Yes, if not knowing the future creates confusion, if you're asking me, in that context, you may consider ambiguity to be one of the similar meanings of cliffhanger. But actually it means a situation when you do not know what is going to happen next. That is a cliffhanger. Okay. For example, one more. Blue stocking. Okay. When do we use blue stocking? Blue stocking is used for a lady, right, who is an intellectual, who is absolutely, very well read and well informed. So we use blue stocking for a lady who is educated, literate, well informed. So we use blue stocking for those ladies, and it is a feminine idiom. It is not used for males, mind you. All right, it is not used for males. Next one, to cost an arm and a leg. To cost an arm and a leg. A says to be very expensive, बहुत महंगा है. B says to be very difficult to obtain. इतना difficult है उसको obtain नहीं कर सकते, right? To have been manufactured by the poor, unprivileged sections of the society. And D says to be very inexpensive, बिल्कुल सस्ता and cheap. What do you think should be the answer? Okay, most of you have answered it as A. All right, okay. To cost an arm and a leg. Okay. So the right answer option should be to be very expensive. This idiom means something which is exorbitant. Okay, it is expensive, but that price is unreasonable, pretty unreasonable, exorbitant. Okay, to cost an arm and a leg. I wanted to buy a flat in Noida, but then I decided not to because it would have cost, my arm and a leg, right? So it is very exorbitant. So to be very expensive. And guess what? This is the right answer, all of you. Should we take just a second? Ayushi, there is only one book there, and that is High School English Grammar, Wren and Martin. Okay? NDV Prasada Rao. Right? You can buy that book. It is an S. Chand publication. There is only one book, High School English Grammar by Wren and Martin. But don't let High School English Grammar discourage you from buying that book. Please buy it. Even if people, when they write the UPSC exam and they want to refer to some grammar concepts, they go for High School English Grammar, Wren and Martin. Please buy that one. Exactly, this is the book I was referring to. All right? Okay. iPhone 13, Shorunil, to cost an arm and a leg, you better not buy it then. Mat kharido. Okay. Have deep pockets. A says, have lots of money. B says, have a strong lobby of yes men. C says, have a price to pay. And D says, have a charitable bent of mind. Have deep pockets. What should be the answer? This is an easy one, don't you think? To have deep pockets. It can be, it can be anybody's guess. Okay. So have deep pockets actually means, most of you have answered A, C, all right. The answer is have lots of money, okay, to be very rich, right? When people do not suffer from financial crunch, that is having a lots of money or have deep pockets. So if you have deep pockets, you will not complain. You will not use this idiom to cost an arm and a leg if you have deep pockets. Isn't it? To have lots of money. It does not mean a lobby of yes men. It does not mean that you have a price to pay. It also does not mean to have a charitable bent of mind. No. It means to be super rich, to have lots of money to burn. So A is the right answer and most of you have got it right. Okay. Be on the back burner. Yes, man, Shreyans, you can use the word, someone who is an apple polisher. Okay? Someone who apple polishes. Apple polish means, a flatterer. Yes, man. Alright, you can use that idiom. Be on the back burner. Be on the back burner. A, to burn something. B, try to fit different solutions to a problem. C, make barbecuing a way of life, a plan that nobody is dealing with at present but which has not been forgotten. Okay. Be on the back burner. Quite a typical idiom. D, all right. Okay. So be on the back burner. The idiom is D, a plan that nobody is dealing with at present, but which has not been forgotten. It has got nothing to do with burner, or gas stove. We are talking about a plan, although we are not using it at the present, but that does not mean we are not going to use it in the future. It has not been forgotten. So that is be on the back burner. All right. So the summary is take mocks. Number 1, follow Wren and Martin. Read a lot and practice more idioms. Right? So this is the takeaway of today's session. And please don't forget to read anything that comes your way. When you solve RC passages, when you read a lot of journals, right, you get to understand the essence of how idioms are used in, different constructions, different sentence constructions. And idioms can be the substitute for vocabulary. So when you use a lot of vocabulary while writing and speaking, right, that makes you sound quite, what should I say, non-native speaker of English. But when you use idioms, now people who use idioms, usage of idioms is more colloquial in nature. All right. And this is what the exam is going to test you on. All right. So take as many mocks as possible. It hardly matters whether you're taking a CMAT, idiom test or any other, test for that matter. As long as you're getting to solve more and more idiom-based questions. All right. So that brings us to the end of today's session. To remind you, last lap to CMAT is going on. You can join us every day at 7 p.m. Right? And please don't forget to join the class of different faculty members of BYJU'S exam prep. And we have been trying our level best to bring you best of the best session through last lap to CMAT 2022. All right. For CAT PIWAT program, the session is in progress. Srinivas sir and Gautam sir, they are taking the sessions. Wonderful sessions are happening. So please, all those who have calls may, be a part of this program. To know more about the SCAT PIWAT program, call on the given number or you can write into us. Okay. All right. Important announcement, batch 5 has been rolled out for CAT 2022 preparation. All those who are actually eyeing CAT 2022, you may definitely be a part of our program. Call on the given number for queries and counseling and write in to us. Alright, again, please like the session, comment on the session, share it with your friends and subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, join our Telegram group and do download the app from Google Play. Okay, so that's all for today. See you on the other side of the story. This is Pradip Sengupta signing off. Wish you all the very best for CMAT and please make us proud. Bye-bye all of you and stay blessed.